Friday here on Kincade and Salciunas as the Phillies begin Red October tomorrow night against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Good morning, everybody.
And a good morning and a happy birthday to Connor Thomas.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, boys.
CT18, CT31.
CT31 should be his new tag.
I hate that.
So I'm going to remind you guys of something that I said to you back in March when I was in spring training. And I did the call-ins daily for you guys. And I said to you at one point.
You were on vacation, but you still called in, which is nice of you because you were dedicated.
I'm always thinking about the show.
Dedicated.
And when I called in one day, it was after the first game I attended at Baycare Ballpark in the spring training of 2025, way back in March, 7 months ago.
Okay.
And if you guys remember, I said to you, as Chris Wheeler was announcing the starting lineup for that day, I said, this is it. Like, wow, they're doing this again. They ran it back for a third straight year. And I just got the sense that this is it because everybody is in their 30s and the daycare is pushing it, right? Like, they're getting to their 30s.
Like, this is the last time you're seeing this happen.
And so when I saw that team run out on the field, and I saw once again a sold-out crowd at Baycare Ballpark because this is why Phillies fans are the best. We sell out spring training games. We get 31,000 people to an intra-squad game, in the middle of the week. This is why we are the best. When I was looking around, seeing everybody standing and applauding and, screaming for JT and Bryce and Nick Castellanos and the daycare, I just couldn't help but think, this is nice, but this is it. And that's why, from the very beginning of the season, the expectations were World Series or bust. And, Johnny, I know that there were a lot of people out there throughout the course of the season that did the wake me up when October gets here. Well, it's here. And so all eyes will now be on the Philadelphia Phillies in what will be a most likely gut-wrenching, difficult series against the defending champion Los Angeles Dodgers.
I've heard people say yesterday on the air, talking about how much fun it's going to be the next couple of weeks. I disagree. This isn't going to be fun at all. It's going to be nerve-wracking.
Yep.
It's going to be stressful. You're gonna pace the floors. If you're Connor, you could potentially punch a wall.
It's happened before.
I don't think this is going to be fun. When I hear people say fun, I'm like, okay, you consume Red October differently than I do, especially when the Dodgers are the opponent.
Yeah.
Now, if the Reds were rolling in,
sure, bring it on.
I'd say let's have some fun. There's no fun when Dodger Blues coming to town.
It would be fun if they win.
Oh yeah,
it would be a lot of fun if they win.
There's going to be an explosion of just joy,
especially
if
when
that happens.
As I said, not just a Football Friday, but it's also Football Friday. We have Eagles-Broncos, an undefeated Eagles team that's about to take on the Broncos, and then they take on the Giants, Vikings-Giants. Like, this could be an extremely fun month of October. But it starts tomorrow. It starts going through this series with the Dodgers. And so I have a question for you guys right off the jump. And I would love to hear from people on this all show because here's the deal. We're excited. All right, we're going to get fired up. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about this upcoming series. But I also like to be as real as possible every single day. I'm not just going to do pom-pom shaking. So I asked this question for us all to discuss at 610-632-0975. Does the legacy of this core, and by core, it's Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Nick Castellanos, despite him being a platoon player now, he was the beginning of this run that started in 2022.
Sure.
JT Realmuto,
Schwarber,
Ranger Suarez, Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
Does the legacy of this core come down to this series? I'm not saying this playoff run because let's face it, guys, this playoff run could end quickly. They're playing the other best team in the National League on paper. Record-wise, it's the Brewers. But everybody from the beginning, every baseball analyst, every GM that has spoken anonymously to Jason Stark, it's the Phillies and it's the Dodgers in the National League. And hell, it's the Phillies and the Dodgers in Major League Baseball. And so does the legacy of this core come down to this series?
You know this answer, right?
The answer is yes.
I mean, this is a question that if anybody disagrees, I don't know where you're at.
Well,
I disagree.
Okay, now
I don't see how anybody could disagree.
Have at it, because there are people that are going to say, "Hey, they were a World Series. They made the World Series a couple years ago. They made the NLCS a couple years ago.
Whoop-de-freaking do! You got hot for 6 weeks of one season, and you made the World Series as a out of nowhere team. And then you declined.
So
if you lose this year in the NLDS.
why absolutely not, Connor?
No.
Because only in 2022, when that team kind of came out of nowhere, did they lose to the best team. The other 2 years, they did not lose to the best team. They lost to lesser teams when you looked at it. And the Dodgers are a really damn good baseball team. So you have to get through them to get to the other series. But if they beat the Dodgers, and then we have an NLCS 2023 situation where you lose with everything in front of you, that's their legacy. So beating the Dodgers does not define this legacy of this core.
Yeah,
they got to do it all.
Yeah, but the thing is this.
We can have this conversation next week, too, after they beat the Dodgers.
Can't lose.
Every
You can't
series is a
lose.
legacy series.
You can't lose to the Dodgers. This group cannot lose to the Dodgers. Bryce Harper can't lose to the Dodgers. Kyle Schwarber cannot lose to the Dodgers.
Because this is it. Like that's why I start the show with reminding you what I said to you guys on the phone when I was in Clearwater, and then when I came back, we did a whole show on it, that this is it. Like, I know there's already talks about Kyle Schwarber coming back next year, and I know that there's talks about JT Realmuto maybe on like a 2-year contract. But here's the deal. Zach Wheeler won't be back here next year.
What do you mean he won't be back?
Next year.
I don't agree with that.
You think he's going to be back next year?
Yes.
All right.
I think
he could be.
I think he's pitching next year.
Okay. That'd be
I don't
nice.
think he's pitching. I don't think he's pitching in April.
Okay.
But I mean, he could be. From what I've read, the accounts of the doctors, he could begin throwing in. He could begin throwing in like late April or May.
Okay, so we'll be back second half of the season. Nola does not look like the Nola pre-contract.
No, but
right?
Do you think it'll be as bad?
Not as bad, but I don't think it's going to be that great.
Could it be a back
what
end
he's
of a
getting paid.
rotation? Yeah, I got you. Back end of a rotation, though.
Sure.
I'm all right. Okay.
For that money, nobody's going to be thrilled with that.
No.
Much like Taijuan Walker, right?
No.
Nick Castellanos is going to get traded this offseason.
We
Alec
hope.
Boehm, we don't know.
No.
Could get traded this offseason. His name's been out there for like 3 years now. Do they really want to do a platoon at second base again?
No.
Because Bryson Stott is not proven to be an everyday player. You're starting to think about what's the life after Trey Turner not being a shortstop, maybe moving him to second at some point. This is it for this core. And so that's why I asked the question about whether or not the legacy comes down to this series. I get what you're saying, Connor, that if they do win this series and move on and then they lose to a Brewers or a Cubs team, then we're going to start freaking out again. But it starts tomorrow. And I don't feel great because of how good the Dodgers are. I'm not saying that they're going to lose. It's just, this is not a, oh, man, I can't wait. No, this is a going into a series with butterflies every single night.
I told you this morning, I said, I just think that there's so much importance on, I think more things have to go right for the Phillies than have to go right for the Dodgers to win this series.
Sure.
And to me, that puts extra pressure on everything going into it. But for the Phillies, I feel so much better going into this October than I did last October. I don't like the matchup with the Mets as much as I like them facing the Dodgers because of the fact that they have shown that they play the Dodgers very well.
And they didn't back into the playoffs.
Right. And that's the thing is that last year they played such crappily, like from June on. They were just a blah team. This team, no. This team played well. Dodgers were 15-5 down the stretch in the regular season, so they didn't play poorly either. They played better down the stretch than the Phillies did, but they had more to play for.
Yeah.
Also. So you can't really compare, but the Phillies played well down the stretch too. So
Sure.
These are two teams playing their best ball at the best time.
Look, my nerves is because this is it. All right? Like, if they win, hell yeah, finally. If they lose, it's time to talk about a whole new looking Phillies team in 2026. And that's where my butterflies come into play. I would love this core to win. We'll see if it happens. So, does the legacy of this core come down to the series? 610-632-0975. Coming up next. How much does this series come down to one of the key players? Someone made the case for that yesterday. It's Kincade and Salciunas, 97.
Hey guys, Andrew Salciunas, host of Kincade and Salciunas. Just want to thank you for checking out all of our great videos that we have on our YouTube channel every single day. Make sure, if you can, please like and subscribe and check out all the videos that we have on our YouTube channel, whether it's for us, Kincade and Salciunas, of course, our midday show, as well as Unfiltered with Bill and Ricky.